Hi, I'm Sukie Baxter and welcome to Calm Your Frazzled Nerves. The practices I'm about to share with you are designed to center your body and reduce your nervous system activation so that you can release worry and tension from an anxious mind. Let's go ahead and get started right away. The first thing we're going to do is to spend 2 minutes just shaking our bodies. Excellent. Okay, before we come to the floor and do a little bit of open awareness, we're just going to do one more practice to wring out our spines. So allow your arms to hang at your sides, and all we're going to do is simply rotate our torso and allow your arms to swing with the movement of your torso. And as you gain momentum, your arms may gently slap your abdomen and the small of your back. This should be soft. There should be no discomfort with this. If you're feeling pain, then make the movement a little bit smaller, just here. There should be no spasming. And if you can't find a comfortable range of motion for this, then go ahead and discontinue this and move on to the next practice. We're just going to stay here, and I'm not necessarily going to count the reps, but we're going to do about 30 seconds of this. So go ahead and just continue to rotate side to side, allowing your arms to swing. And noticing if there's any area that feels like it isn't really moving. You may be able to relax that area a little bit. You may be able to get it to loosen a touch, but no worries if you can't. And go ahead and slow the movement, making it a bit smaller, smaller, and smaller until you come to a stop. Okay, go ahead and come down to a comfortable seated position on the floor. Now, the reason that we just did a shaking practice is that according to the work of Peter Levine, who is the founder of somatic experiencing, an embodied trauma healing modality, when an animal is in a stressful situation, the way that they discharge that stress from their body is to shake, physically shake. And we are animals as well. But sometimes we don't have the time or the space or the opportunity to discharge our stress. So we just sparked a nice discharge, and we're going to spend a little bit of time in open awareness of our bodies and just see what comes up. So in this practice, we're going to spend 2 minutes sitting with the sensations in your body. So just put your attention on whatever arises and allow it to be there. And let's go ahead and get started and just bringing your awareness into your body. And you can do this with your eyes open or closed. And I'm going to go ahead and stop talking and just allow you to be present with the sensory experience that's happening for you. Okay, and coming back into this space, we're going to shift to doing some movements with our eyes to disengage our vision from the tension in our bodies. So go ahead and bring your hands to the back of your head, and you can interlace your fingers, and you're just going to rest your hands there with your elbows open as wide as is comfortable. So try not to keep them here, but if you can get them a bit wider, that would be helpful. And all that we are going to do is simply keep your head looking straight ahead and move your eyes to the right. Pick a focal point to your right, a point of focus that you can comfortably keep your vision resting on, where there is a little bit of a stretch, but your eyes are not straining. And we're just going to wait here. And as you can see, I had a small breath there. So that's what I was waiting for. You are welcome to hang out in that position for a bit longer. And symptoms of your nervous system relaxing include a nice little sigh, a breath, or a yawn, or just an overall sense of relaxation in your body. So go ahead and stay there for as long as you need to get that small release. And then we'll come back to center and slide your eyes to the left. Again, picking a focal point that's comfortable. A little bit of a stretch to your eyes, not straining. Noticing what you can see out of the periphery of your vision. Keeping your head pointing straight ahead, so making sure that your head is contacting your hands in the same way. That's one of the functions of keeping your hands on the back of your head, is to stabilize it in place so it's not tempted to drift with your eyes. And there's my sigh on that side. Okay, so go ahead and bring your hands down and just notice if you feel a bit softer and a bit looser in your neck and in your back and in your body, perhaps a bit more relaxed. The next thing that we're going to do is begin to carry this mobilization down through our neck and our trunk. So go ahead and bring your hand to the top of your head. And what we are going to do is turn your head so that your nose is facing your elbow. And we're just going to rotate forward and backward, keeping your gaze following the trajectory of your elbow. And this rotation is coming from your core and your rib cage. So we're not just moving your shoulder here, we're not just moving at this joint, but we're actually moving the whole upper torso area, keeping the gaze aligned with your elbow. We're just going to do a few more of these. I don't necessarily count repetitions. When I'm doing this, I wait until I feel a relaxation response in my body. So if you feel a relaxation response sooner, you're welcome to discontinue sooner, or you can go longer if you like. Okay. And noticing how your right side is feeling compared to your left side. And let's go ahead and do the other side. So left hand on the top of your head and turn your head so that your gaze is facing your elbow, and we're just going to rotate side to side. Now be careful as you're doing this to be moving slowly. You don't want to be whipping back and forth. That's not going to allow your body to relax. We want to move with slow intention, and you want to feel the movement. So feel your body twisting, feel your torso twisting, really be present with that sensation. And go ahead and release. And notice how the two sides of your body are feeling at this moment. Okay, for the next practice, go ahead and take your right hand and place your fingertips on your sternum or your breastbone, just beneath your clavicles, and then slide it just a little bit to the left so that you're just to the left of your sternum. And with gentle pressure, just on your skin, you're just going to move your skin very gently to the left. So you're pushing in that direction. Now you're not digging in, you're just using the flat of your fingers on your skin to gently move it to the left. And then as you do that, you're going to slide your hand more to the left as you turn your head to the right. And we'll do a couple of passes here. And remember, you're not digging in, we're not pressing very hard, you're just gently tractioning your skin away from your center line. And after you've done a couple of passes, just pause and notice what that feels like. Notice how it feels to turn your head to either side. And we'll go ahead and move to the other side. So bringing your left hand up, fingertips on your sternum, slide them just a bit to the right, and gently traction your skin to the right as you turn your head to the left. It's almost like you're holding the skin in place as you move your head. It's not a lot of pressure that's needed. And release that and notice how your body's feeling side to side, how that neck movement is feeling. So we're slowly carrying this relaxation in your nervous system down through your torso, through your upper torso, and into your viscera. So next we're going to be looking at some rib mobility. All right, for the next practice, bring your right hand to the top of your head, and you're going to keep looking straight ahead this time. Place your left hand on your rib cage at the side, and what we're going to do is use your elbow to tip your head to the right. And you're just going to gently move your head side to side, following your hand and your elbow. So it's not necessarily here so much, but your elbow is going to move as well. And you'll notice that as you do that, you get movement through your ribs and your spine. And this may feel very easy, or it may feel kind of sticky and a little bit restricted. A lot of people have a lot of tension and immobility around their heart space. And that's what we're moving here. So this hand, your left hand on your rib cage, is being used as feedback to allow you to move these ribs away. So you should feel a bend through your right side that is concave, and you should feel it bending around your hand. And you may feel a stretch through the left side of your ribs and back. We'll just do a few of these. As I mentioned, I don't count the repetitions, but just wait for my body to have a shift. So follow your own guidance, and if you would like to do fewer, that's totally fine. And you can also continue this practice by pausing the video and doing as many repetitions as feels useful and productive for you. Okay. And releasing that, go ahead and just rest for a moment and notice what you feel through the right side of your body and through the left side of your body, noticing if they feel different or if they feel very similar. And now we're going to switch sides, and you're going to put your left hand on your head, and the same thing, keep your gaze straight ahead and keep your head straight ahead. And you're just going to follow your elbow, put your right hand on your ribs here, and follow your elbow to the left. So you may find that one side moves a little bit more easily than the other. You may have pretty symmetrical movement, but each side is its own. So if they're not exactly the same, that's okay. Symmetry is largely a myth. We like to pretend it's real. We aim for it, but we often don't get super close. So just be accepting that this side is where it's at, and the other side is where it's at. And you may feel relaxation responses with this, just as you have in other practices. You may have sighs or breaths or yawns that come up for you. All of that is a signal that your nervous system is relaxing. You can move your hand up and down just a little bit to feel where your ribs might not be moving quite as much. If you have sticky spots. And releasing that. And just notice what feels different in your body. Notice how your two sides are feeling now, if they're a bit more even than the last time we checked in after the first side that we practiced on. For your final practice, let's go ahead and come to the floor, and you will need a chair or some sort of support that you can prop your feet on at more or less of a 90-degree angle. So go ahead and come onto your back with your feet up on the chair or whatever support you've chosen. And this is called constructive rest. This is a term coined by Liz Koch, founder of Core Awareness. And in this position, we are taking your psoas and your viscera, which is all of your contents of your lower abdomen. And your psoas is a deep abdominal muscle that is very much connected to your stress response.
and we're reducing gravity. So we're basically changing the dynamic, and it allows them to soften towards the floor. So all we're going to do is just remain in constructive rest position for 2 minutes, allowing gravity to draw all of the contents of your abdomen down. So go ahead and get yourself in position, and let's go ahead and get started.
Thank you so much for being here for this Calm Your Frazzled Nerves video series. Remember, you can use these practices anytime you start to feel nervous, anxious, or out of control, and they will bring you back to a centered and calm neural state so that you can take on whatever challenge is in front of you from a centered place. Thanks for being here.